Now pay attention. There is a compelling reason why the Muftis and Abdullahs may have resisted abrogating Article 370 all these years. And it may have very little to do with protecting the autonomy or distinct identity of the people or the state. If Times Now report is to be believed, the reason may have more to do with preserving their own perks worth crores. Now, Times Now has learnt that after abrogation of Article 370, the Abdullahs and Muftis who are currently occupying free, lavish government bungalows may be stripped of this luxury. It was Article 370 alone that insulated these former chief ministers of Jammu and Kashmir from a ruling of the Supreme Court that asked all those who once occupied a constitutional post to vacate the government bungalows allocated to them. And let me give you some facts here, viewers. Let me give you some facts. And let's have a look at those on your screens. There is information available with Times Now that suggests, viewers, that as far as Mehbooba Mufti is concerned, she's been living rent-free in a lavish government bungalow even though she is no longer a chief minister. Why? Because there was an act that was passed when Farooq Abdullah was CM, and he allowed for these provisions which have been struck down by the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court has made it very, very clear that no former chief minister can continue to live in a government accommodation. But these individuals are not even paying a rupee. They continue to occupy their bungalows. Omar Abdullah has not been a chief minister in 3.5, 4 years now. 20 crores reportedly was spent on renovating his bungalow. Rent-free. He lives, and it includes a gymnasium and a sauna. These are the facilities, while the ordinary Kashmiri roughs it out. Mehbooba Mufti, as we just told you, also lives rent-free. Fairview Bungalow, Gupkar Road. Look at those beautiful Swiss-looking chalets. Gorgeous homes. All free. Not 1 rupee they've paid. Farooq Abdullah claims rent against a government bungalow. Yes, contingent of staff for maintenance. Huge number of staff are recruited to maintain all their residences. It's all going from the taxpayers' money. Pradeep Datta with us for more details. Pradeep, this is a shocker. How did this come about? Because the Supreme Court has made it very, very clear in a ruling recently that this cannot go on.
Yes, Rahul, you are absolutely right. Supreme Court judgment clearly says that once you demit office, you are like a common man. You are not entitled to any of these privileges. The document which I am holding in my hand is a very important piece of paper. I think it is going to open eyes of many Kashmiris, because all these people never ever had money for providing basic amenities like health infrastructure or education infrastructure in Jammu and Kashmir. They had no money for the salaries of SPOs. They had no money for the salaries, paying salaries of Anganwadi people. See, this copy is of Jammu and Kashmir State Legislator Members Pension Act 1984, when Farooq Abdullah was the Chief Minister of the state. That time they got amendment. Let me read out some of the entitlements and the privileges they are going to enjoy. How these people had been misusing Article 370.
Right.
Instead of thinking about the common man on the ground, they were filling their coffers. Let me, Rahul, read. This is very important. They will get car, 250 liters of petrol per month. They will get, in fact, well-furnished bungalow. Already these people have spent more than 50 crores on that bungalow, which they continue to retain. Besides it, 35,000 will be spent every month on furnishing if they want to. They will be getting, not only this, they will be getting telephone facilities. On that, they can spend around about 48,000 per month. And then they will be getting other electricity that will again be free of cost. Staff members will be provided to them, and the security personnel and cavalcade will be available to them. So they will continue to live like Maharajas and Maharanis at the expense of your and my money, taxpayers' money. And what the common Kashmiris were getting, nothing at under the garb of Article 370.
And they've been living free, viewers. They've not paid even a rupee in rent. Can you believe this? For massive mansions such as this. And these are not people who lack any means. They're very rich. But their greed obviously knows no bounds. And I want to ask Mr. Iftikhar Misjar today, Iftikhar Saab, क्या इसी वास्ते आप लोग आर्टिकल 370 के एब्रोगेशन को रेजिस्ट करते हो? क्योंकि आपके जो खाना पीना है, माल पानी है, सब बंद हो गया, इसीलिए आप हंस रहे हैं बिकॉज यू नो व्हाट आई एम सेइंग इज ट्रू. ऑल योर पर्क्स, योर स्वीट डिलाइट्स all over.
Rahul,
isn't it? सोना में कैसे बैठेंगे अगर आपका आर्टिकल 370 आगे निकला? Because Sona, you can't sit in after that. You can't sit in a sauna. You can't do your weight lifting in gymnasiums and running to keep yourself fit and eating lovely food and refurbishing your homes. Because this will now come under
Rahul, as you have
central laws.
You have taken this subject.
Come on, answer the question.
It's a good subject. Like you are opening the eyes of the people. But why today?
Opening the eyes of the people.
370. What 370 article has to do with this?
You know why, sir? Why?
Tomorrow
because
there will be
I'll tell you why now. Why now? Because we were not allowed to get into all this earlier.
Come on, sir.
You guys, because of Article 370, had put a lid. You couldn't even ask for an RTI application in your state. All this has come out through RTI, sir. All this has come out through RTI.
And one more thing, sir.
Which is now applicable.
One more thing, sir. I can smell.
I have asked for so many details. Pradeep will tell you. Pradeep, our reporter, will tell you how many times. No, hang on. You tell me. Is this the reason why Article 370 today you are resisting its abrogation? Because आपका खाना पीना बंद हो जाएगा. ये जवाब दीजिए.
So why you are afraid of the mainstream of Jammu and Kashmir? That is the question.
What is the mainstream?
Why, mainstream is National
These
Conference,
parasites.
People's Democratic. Leave it to public. Leave it to Kashmiris. People of Jammu and Kashmir. There is a structure like we have to vote tomorrow.
I can see because you made them, sir. You have made them blind. They could not seek accountability under the law. Article 370 forbade you. Let me ask 1 minute. Let me ask you, Pradeep. I want to ask you, how many RTIs have we filed on finding out the security infrastructure, the money that is spent on petrol conveyance on these leaders, and what do we get from them? Sorry, we cannot share this information. Why don't you tell the viewer how many RTIs? Because RTI is not applicable.
In fact, Rahul, we filed so many RTIs just to get details, not only about the security of the mainstream political party leaders, but also separatists. But every time they said, sorry, for security reasons, we can't give you details. We asked them what security you are talking about. They are the one who had made the life of common Kashmiri insecure. And they have got their hands soaked in blood. And in fact, I want to tell Mr. Misgar, he said that leave it to the people of Kashmir Valley. I want to remind him when Farooq Abdullah was killed by Enforcement Directorate, not a single person in Kashmir Valley shed tears or came out for Farooq Abdullah. Nobody, in fact, came out and uttered a
I want to bring in Mr. Pandit. This is the issue. The issue is that people like Mr. Misgar today defend. 1 minute. Today defend the fact that Article 370. Today defend the fact that Article 370 should be staying on the books because they know.
Absolutely.
All their misdeeds will come tumbling out.
Rahul.
Would you agree with me or do you think I'm being hyperbolic?
No, far from being hyperbolic, you are understating the fact. This is small change compared to how they have swindled the treasury. You know, the Prevention of Corruption Act 1988 doesn't apply to the state of Jammu and Kashmir. Thanks to Article 370, this law was not extended to the state of Jammu and Kashmir, the same law under which union ministers spent time in Tihar, thanks to 2G. Kalmadi went to jail, thanks to his corruption. That act does not apply to the state of Jammu and Kashmir. They have become tycoons. They have been leeches to the state of Jammu and Kashmir.
There is one leader who has also managed to sell a proportion of a bungalow he was occupying, which was deemed an enemy property. And the custodian of those properties is the government. Government ka hi bungalow, a government bungalow, he managed to sell off a part of it, sir.
Can you imagine?
This is how things have been taking place under the shield of Article 370. Ilyas Nazir Lawai sahab, अब आपका खेल खाना पीना सब बंद. अब मसल्स नहीं बना सकते आप और साउना में नहीं लेट सकते मजे करने के लिए. बंद हो गया. It's all over.
See, Rahul, I completely fail to understand how do you relate Article 370 with all this. Having said that, I don't subscribe to this view that these all things must be associated with ex-chief ministers and all. You see, the rulings from the Honorable Supreme Court are applied there in the state of Jammu and Kashmir. It's not that 370 is barring anything from the Supreme Court. And apart from
अकबर
that,
इलाहाबादी ने
the
एक
act
शेर
that you
कहा
are talking
था,
of is right to
आपकी
information.
नजर
Act,
कर
right
रहा
to
हूं,
information act was
थोड़ी सी
already
तरमीम
working
के
there
साथ
in the state of Jammu and Kashmir, and I don't see much of a difference.
370 के
Being a
गम में
lawyer, I
खाते
don't
हैं
see
डिनर
much of a
हुक्काम
difference
के
between the
साथ।
right to information
रंज
act of
लीडर
India and
को
the right
बहुत
to
है,
information
मगर
act
आराम
of
के
Jammu and
साथ।
Kashmir. That's see. There is a clause, there is
जी
a
हाँ।
provision with respect to the information related to some security.
That's what 370
reasons.
was all about.
That clause is there in the
To turn the entire
Right to
system
Information
so
Act of India
opaque
as well.
that
I'm
nothing
not-
is visible. It was a smoke screen.
GV Narasimha Rao, I want to ask you a simple, straightforward question.
See, it's not. It's
I
not
want
the
to ask you
matter
a
that the
question,
Right to
sir.
Information Act
1
of
minute.
the Government of
Mr.
India has
Lawai,
been
1 minute.
implemented in
I
the
want
state
to
of
ask,
Jammu and Kashmir,
no, GVL
and
Saab,
it's
I want to
because of
ask
that.
you,
It's
will you
not
now,
because of that.
will
See,
you now, the moment Article 370's writ is removed from this state, will you now go ahead and confiscate these important, beautiful, Swiss-like chalets?
Rahul, I think now that this Jammu Kashmir has been bifurcated into union territory, I think certainly it would, the entire land becomes a part of the central government's mandate, and certainly whatever has been constructed on government land, whatever government properties have been constructed, there will have to be an inventory prepared as to who is owning them, as to who is living there, what is the eligibility criteria, whatever applies to rest of the union territories in India will apply to Jammu and Kashmir.
All
as
bets
well.
are off. Big
They
breaking
cannot
news
see,
also
they
coming in. GV Narasimha Rao on the show. Big breaking news coming in. The noose is tightening around Zakir Naik in Malaysia. Nikunj Kark has more details. Nikunj, India has made an approach to the Malaysian authorities. Tell us a little bit more about this.
Well, Rahul, a fresh communication is going from Government of India's side. Zakir Naik, who claims to be on a permanent residency, is actually on a 3-year term permanent residency. Permanent residency in Malaysia is not a permanent status of a residentship or citizenship. It's a 3-year contract that the government of Malaysia awards. So the government of India is going to communicate to Malays that, look here, settle this issue of his revocation of PR status, or for that matter, criminal proceedings against him a little later. First, consider our extradition request, which has been pending with you for quite some time, and we can bring in additional evidence if you are really interested in prosecuting this individual or sending him back to India. So government of India building its own case, sensing a window of opportunity there, courtesy the true colors of Zakir Naik being exposed in a foreign land once all over again as a hate preacher.
Big development, this very, very big development. Times Now's details of the new MEA note. Zakir Naik, well, Zakir Naik is in big trouble. And those are the pictures that are coming live from the area where Zakir Naik is at this moment being questioned by the police for making hate speeches against the Malay minority Hindu community, viewers. And any moment Zakir Naik is going to come out from there. The police have continued their investigation. This is the second time he's being interrogated in 4 days. And if they find that he doesn't have answers, they might deport him. 6 ministers, 6 top ministers, including the Prime Minister of Malaysia, have run out of patience. Zakir Naik is a marked man in Malaysia.